Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's total net worth is estimated to be around $690 million. They have a 15,000 square foot estate in Pound Ridge, New York, estimated to be worth $12 million. A house in Tribeca, Manhattan, estimated to be worth $20 million.
Such as our first segment, the time Ryan Reynolds bought a Welsh soccer team. And hilariously, this move put him into the doghouse. While the notoriously witty and healthy couple are known for their good relation, it doesn't mean toes can't be stepped on when your SO goes behind your back, no matter how rich you are. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in August of 2022, Reynolds sat down with his Welcome to Wrexham co-star, Rob McAnally, and explained that after the two became friends via Instagram DM, they decided to buy part of a Welsh soccer team together, without consulting Lively. I remember seeing Blake afterwards and saying, I have bad news and I have really bad news. Bad news is I slipped into someone's DMs again. The really bad news is I might have bought half of a 5th-tier National Football League in Wales. The actor said his wife's reaction to the news was not good and joked, we're still working through that one. Still, the actor doesn't regret the decision of buying into the third oldest professional football club in the world and called McAnally the best business partner ever. In times like these where Ryan finds himself in the doghouse though, he can always rely on luxury baked goods. Blake Lively is a fan of Lively Bakery and Reynolds knows it, stating publicly it's the first place he goes whenever he messes up and wants to ensure his apology is accepted. So think about cookies next time you buy cheap grocery store flowers, gentlemen. In 2016, Reynolds accidentally revealed the sex of their newest baby during the late night interview with Conan. To make amends for this national-wide mess up, he bought Blake a giant cookie apology from her favorite bakery, one that cost close to $100, because a single cookie like this there is $50. Since knowing each other that well is what this couple does, let's check out Blake's gift of a commissioned painting. Which, as Ryan Reynolds claims, if the house was ever on fire, he would save it first, then go back for Blake. Painted by Los Angeles artist named Danny Gagliotti, it's a depiction of Ryan's first job as a paperboy for the Vancouver Sun. It also has various other details and Easter eggs explicitly from his life. According to Reynolds in an Instagram caption of the piece when he first received the gift, the house in the painting is my childhood home. My brothers and I spent years trying to each other on that lawn. There are a lot of Easter eggs in the painting, including my idol, John Candy, on the front page of the newspaper. The house no longer stands, but it's living a breathing thing in my head. It's clear that Blake put a lot of effort into ensuring the painting would be perfect. Probably costing about the same as our next segment, the Electrolux washers. So Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds purchased a lucrative matching washer-dryer set for $3,200 from a brand called Electrolux, which is said to wash and dry your clothes in under 30 minutes, doesn't matter the cycle setting. Can we say hallelujah? I'd love one myself. Considering most people only spend a couple hundred that on their washers and dryers, you can see how absurd price tag is for these appliances. That said, washing under 30 minutes and drying again, like I said, worth it. Aviation Gin is our next segment. If you're a Reynolds fan, then you've probably heard the actor talking and raving about Aviation Gin brand, a product he loves so much he bought a large stock a couple years ago and spent upwards of $600,000 to make that deal happen. Since then though, the brand has blown up and it's raking in millions for Reynolds, who's also the company face if you haven't seen any of the witty commercials. Reynolds' reason for buying the gin brand is pretty simple. He truly thinks it's the best gin out there and he wanted a break from vodka. Meanwhile, I can't imagine Lively will ever get a break from Louis Vuittons. So, Blake Lively is obsessed with Louis Vuittons. She's talked previously about how they're her go-to pair of shoes, which is crazy, seeing as if you're like me and you've tried these on, they're the most uncomfortable thing you will ever feel on your foot in your life. It's rumored that she once brought 40 pairs with her to a film shoot, and she's likely brought way more than that to others. The average pair of Louis Vuittons starts at $500 minimum, so assuming every pair she owned was a minimum of that, Lively would have shelled out an easy $20K just for the ones she brought to film sets. And that's not even considering that custom Louis Vuittons can range anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000. Or more. While Ryan Reynolds tends to keep himself clad in simple clothes that are more comfortable than look, he isn't afraid to spring for expensive shoes either. Most of the pairs he owns are bespoke and cost several $100s each.